Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl. Every day we face countless decisions, some big, some small. Should I speak up in a meeting? Should I respond to that text now? What should I do next with my career? These choices shape who we are and the lives we live. But how often do we pause to think before we act? Today, we'll explore how you can master the space between what happens to you and how you respond. By the end of this guide, you'll have 20 powerful techniques to help you pause, reflect, and make wiser decisions, no matter what life throws at you. Whether you've regretted a hasty choice or wondered why things didn't turn out as planned, this guide is for you. We're not just talking about monumental, life-changing decisions here. This is about the everyday choices that define who you become. Remember the last time you got into an argument with a friend or family member? Perhaps you said something in the heat of the moment that you later wished you could take back. Imagine if you had taken a moment to pause and reflect before speaking. That simple pause could have changed everything. The power to make better decisions lies in our ability to pause and think. Today, we'll dive into ancient Stoic methods that helped sharpen the minds of great thinkers and allowed them to make decisions that led to better outcomes for themselves and those around them. As Seneca once said, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart, and nothing is more powerful than a mind that takes the time to consider its actions." We'll cover techniques like the 5-second rule, the 24-hour rule, and more, each designed to help you create that crucial space where wisdom can thrive. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Power of Pause. The first step to making better decisions is simple. Pause. Learning to pause is like discovering a secret superpower in a world that pushes us to act quickly. Method 1. The 5-second rule. One effective way to create this pause is the 5-second rule. When you feel the urge to act, whether it's firing off a message, saying something in a heated moment, or making a snap decision, count down from 5. This quick pause allows your rational mind to catch up with your emotions. Imagine you're about to respond to a frustrating message. Instead of immediately replying, take 5 seconds. Often you'll find that your initial reaction isn't the best one. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The 5-second rule helps you take control of your mind before it controls you. Method 2. The 24-hour rule. For bigger decisions, try the 24-hour rule. This technique involves waiting a full day before making a major decision, whether it's about a big purchase, a significant life change, or resolving a conflict. Giving yourself 24 hours allows emotions to settle and clearer thinking to emerge. Next time you're unsure about something big, hold off for a day. You'll often find that what seemed urgent feels more manageable, and you'll have a better sense of the right choice. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Pausing before you act lets you choose your reaction wisely. Chapter 2. Perspective-shifting techniques. Sometimes, making a wise decision requires seeing things from a different angle. Changing your perspective can reveal options you might not have noticed before. Method 3. The view from above. The first technique is called the view from above. Imagine zooming out on your life as if watching it from space. From this distance, the things that feel overwhelming shrink in importance, helping you focus on what truly matters. Let's say you're stressed about an upcoming presentation or a tough conversation with a friend. Picture yourself looking at the situation from above. How important will this be in a month or a year? What seems huge up close is often just a small part of your bigger story. As Seneca reminds us, time heals what reason cannot. Stepping back gives you the clarity to make better choices. Method 4. The role reversal. Another useful technique is role reversal. This involves seeing the situation through someone else's eyes. Ask yourself how a friend, mentor, or even a stranger might view the issue. What advice would you give to someone else in your shoes? How might someone you respect approach this situation? This shift can reveal solutions you hadn't considered. As Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. By looking at your decisions from another's perspective, you better understand your own mind and choices. Chapter 3. Emotional Management. Emotions can cloud our judgment, leading to decisions we later regret. Learning to manage emotions is key to making wiser choices. Method 5. Name the emotion. The first technique is to name the emotion you're feeling. When you're upset, anxious, or frustrated, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Naming the emotion reduces its power over you. Think about a time when you were angry, perhaps after a disagreement. Instead of letting that anger drive your actions, pause and acknowledge it by saying, I'm angry. This simple act helps you step back and respond more calmly. Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Naming your emotions is the first step to controlling your reactions. Method 6. The Stoic's Pause. The Stoic's Pause is another powerful technique. Before responding to any situation, take a deep breath. This brief pause allows your rational mind to catch up with your emotions, providing the clarity to choose your response wisely. Next time someone says something that triggers you, take a deep breath before you react. In just those few seconds, you can prevent saying or doing something you might regret. The Stoic's pause helps you act with reason rather than emotion. Chapter 4. Rational Analysis. Balancing emotions with rational analysis is essential for wise decision-making. This chapter introduces techniques to evaluate your choices with clarity and logic. Method 7. The Pros and Cons List. Start with a classic, the pros and cons list. Write down the benefits and drawbacks of each option. This simple tool helps you visualize your choices and weigh their potential outcomes. When deciding whether to take on a new project or make a big purchase, list the pros and cons. Seeing everything laid out makes it easier to determine which option aligns best with your goals and values. As Aristotle said, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. A pros and cons list helps bridge that gap by clarifying your knowledge and uncertainties. Method 8. The worst-case scenario. Another useful technique is considering the worst-case scenario. Think about the worst possible outcome of your decision and how you would handle it. This reduces fear and helps you prepare for potential challenges. Before making a major decision, like applying to a new job or moving to a new city, imagine the worst-case scenario. How would you cope with it? This perspective often makes the actual decision seem less daunting. As Seneca said, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. By facing the worst-case scenario, you remove the fear of the unknown, allowing you to act confidently. Chapter 5. Values and Principles. Wise decisions are grounded in your core values and principles. This chapter will show you how to ensure your choices align with what truly matters to you. Method 9. The Integrity Check. Start with an integrity check. Ask yourself if the decision aligns with your personal values and principles. If it conflicts with your core beliefs, it might not be the right choice. For example, if you're considering joining a group or engaging in an activity that doesn't align with your values, ask yourself, does this fit who I am and what I stand for? Ensuring alignment with your values prevents internal conflict and regret. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Aligning your decisions with your values helps you stay true to yourself. Method 10. The question, would I respect myself? Another valuable method is the question, would I respect myself? Before making a decision, consider whether you would be proud of your choice if it became public knowledge. This question ensures you act with integrity and self-respect. Imagine facing a choice that could benefit you personally, but might not be entirely ethical. Ask yourself if you would respect your decision if others knew about it. This perspective helps you choose actions that reflect your true self and principles. As Confucius said, the superior man is modest in his speech but exceeds in his actions. Making decisions that reflect your core values allows you to live authentically. Chapter 6. Seeking Counsel. Sometimes wisdom comes from others. Seeking counsel from trusted individuals can provide new perspectives and help you make better decisions. Method 11. The mentor's advice. Start by consulting a mentor or someone you respect. Their experience and insights can guide you through complex decisions and help you avoid common pitfalls. If you're considering a significant decision, like choosing a career path or handling a personal challenge, seek advice from someone who has been through similar situations. Their experience can offer valuable guidance and help you see the options more clearly. Socrates famously said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." Consulting a mentor allows you to tap into their knowledge and avoid making decisions based solely on your limited perspective. Method 12. The two heads are better than one. Approach. Another technique is the two heads are better than one approach. Discuss your decision with trusted friends or advisors. They can offer different viewpoints and help you consider aspects you might have overlooked. Before making a big decision, gather input from a few trusted individuals. Each person's perspective can highlight different angles and considerations, leading to a more balanced and informed choice. Lao Tzu said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Seeking advice from others helps you take that first step wisely, guided by collective wisdom. Chapter 7. Reflecting on Past Decisions. Reflecting on past decisions can offer valuable lessons. This chapter explores how looking back on your previous choices can improve future decision-making. Method 13. The post-mortem analysis. Begin with the post-mortem analysis. After making a decision, review the outcome and process. Ask yourself what went well, what didn't, and what you can learn from it. This reflection helps you understand your decision-making patterns and improve over time. Consider a recent choice that didn't turn out as expected, like a project that failed or a plan that fell through. Analyze what led to the outcome and identify areas for improvement. John Dewey said, "We do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience." Reflecting on your past decisions transforms experience into wisdom, guiding better choices in the future. Method 14. The future self-reflection. Another technique is future self-reflection. Imagine looking back at the decision you're about to make from a point 5 years in the future. How will you feel about this choice in the long term? Does it align with your long-term goals? Before making a significant decision, think about how your future self will view it. Will it seem like a wise choice, or will you wish you had acted differently? This perspective helps align your decisions with your long-term aspirations. As Lao Tzu wisely advised, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Reflecting on your past decisions helps you plant the seeds for a better future. Chapter 8. Avoiding common biases. Biases and cognitive distortions often sway our decisions. This chapter explores techniques to recognize and counteract these biases, leading to more objective and sound choices. Method 15. Identifying confirmation bias. Start by identifying confirmation bias. This bias leads us to favor information that supports our pre-existing beliefs while ignoring contrary evidence. To counteract it, actively seek opposing viewpoints and challenge your assumptions. For example, if you're considering buying a new gadget and only focus on positive reviews, you're falling into confirmation bias. Look for reviews that highlight potential downsides to get a balanced view. Albert Einstein noted, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." Recognizing and challenging your biases increases your ability to make informed decisions. Method 16. The pre-mortem technique. Another effective technique is the pre-mortem technique. Imagine that your decision has failed and work backward to identify potential reasons why. This helps you foresee possible pitfalls and avoid them before they become problems. Before finalizing a major decision, such as choosing a college or investing in a project, conduct a pre-mortem. List possible reasons for failure and devise strategies to address those issues. This proactive approach enhances your decision's likelihood of success. As Nassim Nicholas Taleb said, the opposite of success is not failure, but instead being stuck in the same place. The pre-mortem technique helps you move forward with a more robust plan. Chapter 9. Embracing uncertainty. Uncertainty is an unavoidable part of life. Embracing it rather than fearing it can lead to more confident and effective decision-making. This chapter explores methods to manage and utilize uncertainty. Method 18. The what-if game. Begin with the what-if game. This technique involves asking what-if questions to explore various scenarios and their potential outcomes. By anticipating different possibilities, you prepare yourself for uncertainty and make more informed decisions. Suppose you're deciding whether to start a new job or hobby. Ask yourself, what if it succeeds? And what if it fails? By considering both positive and negative outcomes, you can better prepare for potential challenges and opportunities. Charles Darwin observed, "It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change." Embracing uncertainty makes you more adaptable and resilient. Method 19. Best, worst, most likely analysis. Another valuable method is the best, worst, most likely analysis. Consider the best possible, worst possible, and most likely outcomes for any decision. This helps you balance optimism with realism. When facing a significant decision, such as choosing a career path or moving to a new city, analyze the best-case scenario, the worst-case scenario, and the most likely outcome. This balanced view helps you prepare for various potential outcomes. As Rainer Maria Rilke said, "The only journey is the one within." Understanding and accepting uncertainty is a journey that enhances your inner resilience and decision-making skills. Mastering the art of wise decision-making requires a blend of introspection, practical strategies, and consistent reflection. We've explored techniques for managing emotions, analyzing decisions rationally, aligning choices with personal values, seeking advice, reflecting on past decisions, avoiding biases, and embracing uncertainty. Now, it's time for you to put these principles into action. Reflect on your recent decisions and identify areas where these techniques can be applied. Start small, perhaps by implementing an action plan for a current goal or using the what-if game to explore a new opportunity. As Winston Churchill said, "To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often." Embrace decision-making as an ongoing journey of growth and refinement. Each choice is a step towards greater wisdom and personal development. Keep learning, stay open to new perspectives, and apply these techniques consistently. Your journey to making wiser decisions will not only enhance your life, but also inspire those around you. Thank you for exploring the art of wise decision-making. May these methods empower you to approach your choices with greater confidence and clarity. Remember, every decision is a building block towards the life you aspire to create.